Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the AI agents niche, and we're going to be talking about the markets in general. What are my expectations? And of course, we'll take a look at your altcoin requests. So if you're in the chat, make sure to send in your request. Just give me 1 second here. There we go. So we're going to be talking about the AI agents niche, and we're going to be picking out a few projects we can still look into. Now, they started pumping, a few of them that we covered on the past few live streams and on Patreon started pumping, such as Griffin. We covered AI XBT. We covered Fala back in 2023 on my Patreon, and now it's obviously pumping, and we're sitting at a $300 million market cap. If we take a look at something like Dasha, this is up 108% on the weekly. So we're going to pick out a few projects that we can still invest into. And of course, none of this is financial advice. But quickly taking a look at the fear and greed index here, we're sitting at neutral, just below the index of 50. The total crypto market cap is at $3.28 trillion, and it seems as though the markets have calmed down, they have cooled off, and we're once again sitting at a good area to start dollar cost averaging. Not into every altcoin, like I just showed you, some of them are going parabolic, but this is a good time to rebalance your portfolio, see what are the winners, see what are the losers, and potentially swap the losers for the winners. And I don't mean you have to sell your altcoins at a loss. I simply mean that you have to see which coins are performing and which or overperforming Bitcoin and which coins are underperforming Bitcoin. Because if your altcoin is underperforming Bitcoin, then you shouldn't really be holding it. That's kind of the rule of thumb, because otherwise you're better off holding Bitcoin, right? So you want to try to pick out altcoins that will or are likely to outperform Bitcoin. And the AI agents niche, I believe, is going to be the top niche in this upcoming cycle that we're in, or rather in this cycle. But overall, the markets are looking good. If we take a look at the crypto total market cap on the weekly chart, you can see that we are quite overextended from the 20 EMA. But if we go back to the 2020 month of December, look at how overextended we got all the way into May 2021. And from there, we saw a massive correction. That is why it's going to be crucial for you to take profits in March and February of next year, and probably April as well. That way, once we have that massive correction, you can decide whether you want to deploy some of those profits into the markets at that point, maybe in June or July, or do you potentially just want to ride or wait it out until the next bear market? Because I assume we're going to have another retracement to the upside before we print a bear market correction. And this move to the upside will likely be a lower high on the Bitcoin price action chart. So we're going to print our all-time high by May 2025, in my opinion, and then we're going to print a lower high in the second half of 2025. Now, with that being said, some altcoins are probably going to print new all-time highs even in the second half of 2025, especially some AI agents or any niche that could really pop off in the second half. Maybe gaming is going to be doing really well. Maybe RWA is going to be a hot narrative in the second half of the next year. So it just depends. But that's the general rule of thumb: is you sell in May and you go away. Abhiram, hey Zeke, head and shoulders on Bitcoin scares me. Also, please look at Sims AI agent. So let's see which head and shoulders you're talking about exactly. Is it on the daily chart or the 4-hourly? I guess it's the 4-hourly. Let's see. Okay, so this would be our left shoulder, our right shoulder, And over here, this would be our neckline. So that would be our neckline. I mean, it's not looking too horrible. I guess you could also use this neckline here, and if you want to be really precise, but again, this would be a little too far. So yeah, this is the head and shoulders that I'm seeing. This one over here. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and these are your points of contact here. So interesting. Even if we were to drop below the neckline from that pattern, this is just a 4-hourly. I would not be expecting a massive sell-off unless it is backed by some massive bearish news. But what I want to show you is this massive trading range here from the middle of November. So let's just highlight that area, and you can potentially see where we could land, even if we were to break below the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern. So this is the trading range from around November 11th to November 19th, and we were sideways here for a little while. We had a resistance at 92,700, and we came back down and retested that resistance a few times. So once over here, then we had a squeeze into that area over there, another bounce over here, another bounce over here, and another bounce over here. So are we going to come up from here? We'll see. But if we, like I said, if we end up losing that neckline there from the head and shoulders pattern, or let's see where, so that's the left, that's the right, and then that would be your neckline somewhere there. So if you drop below that, you could, briefly come back down to $85,000. That is a possibility. But if you look at the weekly chart and you look at the 20 EMA here, just briefly. So the 20 EMA is sitting at $82,400. So it would be okay for us to drop down that low. So technically speaking, the 4-hourly head and shoulders pattern can play out without an issue. And that would mean we're dropping down to the 20 EMA on the weekly. So I don't think that's a massive issue. I don't see that being a massive issue. That will provide another opportunity for everyone to get into your altcoins. And then this is the total market cap, and you can see we got to the second fib level here. So this was our bottom in September 2024. This was our top in March 2024. And the second fib level here was at 3.65 trillion. And we got to that level perfectly. From there, we dropped down. So if you were paying attention to this, you could have taken some profits. But again, we're in a parabolic stage of the bull market. You don't want to sell too early, but if your project has gone up 10, 15x at this point, you should probably at least take out your initial investment. Hi, mate, can you look into Leica AI and AIT protocols? We're going to take a look at those. Densight, hey, how are you doing, my friend? Important. You want to share something in the comments, you mean, or what are you referring to? So if we bring back the larger Fibonacci, there we go. Tangent sends you key phrase by mail. Google it. Thank you for the €2 super chat. Tangent sends your key phrase by mail. Google it. I mean it. Warn people. Google it. I don't use Tangent, but we're going to take a look at that in just a second. So just to finish off with the total market cap, we're looking at $6.37 trillion as our 1.618 target. And then the overextended level here is at 10.5 trillion. Is it possible we're going to peak out at 6.37 trillion? Very possible. Very possible. Could we get to 10.5 trillion? We'll have to wait and see. But I think 6.37 is definitely doable. That's a 2x from the current total market cap that we have. And if you go to the weekly chart, We are in a bearish divergence here on the weekly. So the only way for us to invalidate this is to start moving up on the RSI and the price action. So once we start pumping, the RSI will continue moving to the upside. Another way to look at it is that the correction already happened from this bearish divergence here. That was your divergence, and this was your sell-off. So that was your sell-off, possibly. But this could continue because things take a lot longer to play out on the weekly chart. So keep that in mind. What if we came back down and retested the previous resistance of the channel down pattern here? That would take us to $2 trillion. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would not be the end of the world. I would say what is more likely is us retesting this area over here at around 3 trillion. And that's the November 2021 peak. So that's just the quick summary of the total market cap. So by May 2025, it's possible we're going to be sitting at 6.37 trillion. Very possible. That's my prediction for the total market cap. Now let's go to the Tangem wallet and this potential FUD. So Tangem sends your key phrase by mail. Google it. So is Tangem compromised? So basically, recently users found that Tangem mobile app steals and sends private keys to Tangem using emails. So user private keys remain in both user email history. So you're saying, is it the interesting? Let's take a look at this. Tangem gave answer today that it was a bug. Oh, wow. Let's go to Twitter. There's definitely going to be something on Twitter. But thanks for bringing that to our attention. Let's try to look into this a little bit more. So let's type in Tangem. Tangem wallet just leaked seed phrases. Someone called them out on Reddit and Tangem had to figure it out. So basically, recently users found that Tangem mobile app steals and sends private keys to Tangem user using email. So user private keys remain in both user email history, Tangem email history, and perhaps in some Tangem ticket tracking system, and are available for Tangem employees, which makes all Tangem users compromised. Tangem did not provide any sensible reaction, and the original post was deleted for some reason. What is happening? Why is everybody silent about that? That said, nobody's perfect. Keep that in mind when judging them. I mean, how does that even happen? Like, how does that even happen? Why Tangem Wallet scrap lie about audit? Actual Tangem Wallet was first audited in December 2023. They lie about 2018 audit because there was no Tangem Wallet in 2018. Lie about open source, firmware is closed and always has been. Mobile interface doesn't equal hardware wallet. When you use the mail support through the app, it sends a log file with your key phrase in it. Is anyone using Tangem? Because I just discovered this bug here. But let me know if any of you ran into this issue. I might even do a separate video on this because this is a big deal, to be honest. I don't use Tangem. You can't use your node. You can't even not reuse addresses in Bitcoin. I mean, it took also just my funds away to be sure. Yeah, definitely withdraw your funds from Tangem. Personally, I'm using Ledger, and I know people are saying they potentially could have a backdoor, but the thing is that's something that you can enable where you can get your seed phrase later on. I haven't enabled that. I'm not using that feature. So the person above said that Tangem did not exist in 2018. Therefore, there couldn't have been any audits in 2018. But this person is saying that even without taking time to research the rest, I can tell you that Tangem wallets existed in 2018. I have Tangem wallets from 2018. Here are threads on Bitcoin Talks. I also have where people in 2019 are trying to buy the 2018 versions they missed for their collection. Found in 20 seconds of searching, could maybe even find older ones if I took more time. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's besides the point. I mean, the fact that their support team is now able to access your, or potentially access your key phrase is not really good. Here's some crypto wallets known for not having been hacked ever. I personally used Tangem 2.0 and I love it. This is from December 26th. This definitely didn't age well. I mean, technically speaking, it wasn't a hack, right? But I guess it could have been a hack. We don't know. While these wallets haven't been reported as hacked, the security of any wallet can depend on the practice and ongoing security measures. I know a lot of influencers push the decent. I have tried it, but it also has the requirement of a firmware and will need updates. It's really only friendly on Microsoft Windows, and in my opinion, the least secure OS. So, yeah, I would say hardware wallets are much safer than software wallets. Also use Tether, see Telegram. I recently. Here's why I'm not concerned. The root cause of this problem is that the user opted to create a seed phrase with Tangem. Yeah, and then if for example the Tangem databases get hacked, then the hackers would get access to the seed phrases, therefore getting access to wallets, which is extremely dangerous because you can bet your ass there will be hackers that are seeing these news and are on it already. They're already on it. So I would probably stay away from Tangem. I wasn't joking when I said Tangem is a perfect gift for your family for Christmas. Imagine gifting your family a Tangem wallet for Christmas, then they put like 10K on it, and in a few days everything just disappears because someone hacked into the Tangem databases and got access to the emails and just copied the seed phrase of your grandma, and then your grandma thinks you scammed her out of $5,000. Oh man. I mean, I don't want to take too much time talking about this, but I'll probably do a separate video on this. Thank you for letting me know, Crypto or Densite Web Design. Appreciate that. So hopefully you guys are not using Tangem. I mean, ideally, you want to be using a hardware wallet. In fact, let me know, what do you think is the best hardware wallet? Okay, let's take a look at the altcoin season index. What was the issue? When creating a wallet with the seed phrase, the private key was mistake logged into the application. These logs could be later accessed during tracks with their team. Yeah. Yeah, that's really bad. That's really bad. Okay, so the altcoin season index has reset. We're once again in the middle here, sitting at 47. If we see further downside, we could obviously drop even lower, especially if Bitcoin starts pumping in the next few weeks, leading to Trump's inauguration. Then we could have a Bitcoin season for a little while before we get back into an altcoin season. Now, on top of that, Michael Saylor has said that he is speaking indirectly, or in some cases directly, to some members of the new administration that's coming into the White House. So we don't know what that entails. However, I think it's going to be bullish for the markets, because if Saylor is going to end up being some sort of an advisor to the Republicans in in terms of crypto, I do think we could have a very, very bullish first half of 2025. All right. Let's take a look at the Pi cycle top, because I do want to keep checking this just so you guys know that this is something that I use on a constant basis. On top of that, you want to have these pinned to your browser. So this is what we're expecting. We're expecting a cross from the orange and the green trend lines. Once they cross, that is signaling your cycle top. So we had that playing out back in December 2017 and April 2021, which technically were cycle tops for Bitcoin. And then after that, we did see some altcoins rallying, especially in 2021. Lots of them printed their all-time highs after the cycle top of Bitcoin. By the way, if you're hearing some drilling from upstairs, I do apologize. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing that I can do about that, unfortunately. My altcoin request is Optimism, if you please. Thank you. I'm Ricardo from Argentina. Welcome. Better say hi to get the algorithm going. Thank you, Dan. Leave a like as well. Spell token, just put 1,500 on it for a moon bag. All right, let's go through your altcoins. I don't want to do a long live stream today because you guys are probably doing some other stuff, but Let's take a look at Sims AI. $3.14 million market cap. This is a Solana coin with the entire supply out in circulation, which is good. Super new project. Already very skeptical if this is like a coin that was created on the AI, on one of the AI platforms, then I'm going to pass. Train, test, and fine-tune AI agents through dynamic artificial interactions. I mean, like for a moonbag, you could do this, I guess. But I swear I've seen that AI image already somewhere. No more worrying about traditional social media limitations. Join the world's largest AI training ground where AI-generated content flows freely, creating valuable training data for the next generation of agents. I mean, all of them are generational companies, and all of them are going to change the world. That's what they all say. DEX liquidity, total supply 1 billion. No VCs, no KOL round, community only. I mean, I'd look into the team and what happened here. Unofficial roadmap. So they have an AI marketplace scheduled to be launched in Q2 of 2025, but this is the unofficial roadmap. Okay, you can stake. Let's take a look at their Twitter. And also try to go into Telegrams and Discord servers of these projects. That way you can see what the community is talking about, how legit the community seems. I don't know. This seems super early, just 500 followers. Who they're following? Dank AI, Ariel. Do they have any? I mean, look, if you want to get into something like this, I would say just put a small amount. Very, very new, very fresh. Market cap super low. Tokenomics look good, but definitely look into it a little bit more before going all in. But sure, I'll even save this just to keep an eye on it, see what happens. Look into Leica AI and AIT protocols. So Leica AI is something that I got into recently. I'm very bullish on this project because of the backers that they have. So they're backed by Google and Amazon, and I did verify that. They're listed on Gate.io, KuCoin, Mexi, and PancakeSwap. So that's pretty much it for centralized exchange listings. They do have Dodo and OpenOcean, but those volumes are very, very low. So I would just get it on PancakeSwap on your Binance wallet or whatever wallet you want to be using there. So in terms of volume, Gate is looking like the best option here. And it's on the Binance Smart Chain, so you can always just send it to your ledger, to your hardware wallet, and store it there. But the market cap here is extremely low, $13 million, and they've been in the markets since June 2024. So it's a bit longer than 2 days, just like we've seen with Sims AI, very brand new project. This one is a little more established, so it's still new, still high risk, but it's better than the other option that we had. So they do have quite an aggressive unlock schedule, but it's linear unlocks, and I don't think this should be affecting the markets too much. Anyway, by the time we are in April, May, we're not going to be sitting at like the market cap is not going to go up by a lot by the time we get to May or April. But if we take a look at their websites, see they are incubated by Google and backed by Amazon. Yeah, as you can see. And these are like all the partnerships that they have. Timeline and roadmap. So I don't think they have anything for 2025 yet. But it's very good that they are presenting a timeline. So this is a non-inflationary staking rewards, burn mechanism, and growing treasury. So these are their 3 revenue streams: platform treasury, burn mechanism, and staking rewards. So 20% of all staked tokens. So 10% of that gets burned and 10% is in the treasury. But if you haven't figured it out, they're in the AI niche, AI agents specifically. And this will be the hottest niche in the entire crypto sector, in my opinion. And now some people on YouTube were saying that they're just going to have a quick little pump and dump, and they're not going to be a huge narrative moving forward. But I think this will be a narrative that will outperform everything else. And this is like a sub-niche within the AI niche. So definitely look into this before they get more centralized exchange listings. And just like Alex Becker is expecting, once we have a few of these AI coins listed on major centralized exchanges, all of them are going to start pumping. They're going to start producing more volume, and exchanges love volume. So they're going to start listing all of these tokens one by one. Even if they're going to list them for 6 months and then delist them because they're going to be a rug pull or whatever it may be, it's fine as long as they get those volume numbers for the bull market so they can show that off to investors, backers, and the public. That's what the exchange cares about. So this is definitely a project that I would look into. And at this market cap, this is a steal. So a 100x from here would put us at a $1.3 billion market cap, which is, by the cycle peak, is very doable in my opinion. Next up, we have Optimism. So I don't really have any. Well, no, I do have one Ethereum layer 2, which is Polygon, but I'm probably going to be selling that off for some other AI coins. Now, our layer 2s are going to be performing extremely well during the bull market, possibly. So if Ethereum has a revival, so to speak, in the latter part of the bull market, a lot of these Ethereum affiliated projects are going to start pumping as well. Uniswap is probably going to start performing very well. And yeah, layer 2s are probably going to do well as well. But I don't think they will outperform AI coins. That's why I'm not looking into that sector. But for a safe investment, a safe mid-cap coin to get into, Optimism is a pretty good option. And they're back down at their June-July prices from 2024 and the June-July prices from 2023. So you can get into this if you are really bullish on layer 2s and you think Ethereum will be pumping a lot, then definitely get into this. And they do have 0.02% of their supply unlocked every single day. And it's a linear unlock, but it's still like $900,000 unlocked every single day. Sorry, not 900. It's almost $2 million in value unlocked every single day. So that's Optimism. I don't even have to pull out the chart here because it's already, like, this is pretty clear. You're sitting at a very good entry point. You're not as low as you were back in June 2022. However, this is a very good entry point considering the top almost at $4 and almost $5 here, right? We've went down quite a bit. So optimism, good entry point if you're bullish on layer 2s. Spell token. Hopefully this is not a meme coin. Oh my God, this looks like a meme coin. Let's hope it's not. It's not, okay. So what are they doing? Mint MIM against various forms of collateral. Abracadabra.money is a omni-chain DeFi leading platform that works its magic by utilizing interest-bearing tokens as collateral to mint magic internet money. So this sounds like something that's gonna go to zero once the bull market is over. I'm not gonna lie. $185 million TVL with a $113 million market cap. I mean, that is quite impressive, but let's just verify that with DeFi Llama. Let's just refresh the page. Abracadabra spell. Why is it not showing us anything? So Ricardo, are you going to be getting some optimism? Let us know. And also, guys, thank you for joining the live stream. Everyone who's joining in, feel free to start the live stream from the very beginning because we covered some important information about the Tangem wallet. There's some FUD going around. Well, I guess it's not really FUD, you know. It's a bug in their product. And for some reason, DeFi Llama is just not. There we go. So right now, their TVL is showing me $70.8 million. But I guess they're combining the Abracadabra spell as well as their swap TVLs together. I think that's what they're doing, probably. So in total, their platform has around 180 million, which is possible. That's a good thing. It shows that it's undervalued. However, this is something very risky. You don't want to be holding this after the cycle top. And the website looks very basic. Let's look at their Twitter page. If the website looks very sketchy, it's probably been created on Fiverr for $5, and it's probably someone who's going to rug pull the whole thing, especially if the team is not doxed, or they have like a little NFT penguin or whatever instead of their actual photo. I would say be careful. If it's like a super new project and they're claiming to change the world. Lumi is following this. Interesting. And Hive is following this. 120. They have some interaction. And I guess the team is non-doxed here because it's a DEX. Usually they're not. And they're listed on Binance already. Okay, so that adds more confidence. The volume isn't looking too good unless you're trading on Binance. Kraken just has 5 grand, which is crazy. So I would probably go with Coinbase or Binance. And again, if you're in the EU, just keep in mind the new MiCA regulation that is coming into effect. USDT will no longer be traded in the EU. So specifically in the EU, not in the entire European region, just in the EU. So for example, Serbia, Ukraine, those countries won't be affected by the MiCA regulation. Mumtaz Ali, we already covered Leica. I don't want to do 2 coins per person because we have a few requests. Not holding spell token long. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I would be very careful holding something like anything that has to do with collateral, with restaking, with liquid staking, all of this stuff. It's very, very risky. So once you get closer to the cycle top, these are the projects that are probably going to start crashing towards the end of the bull market or even in the bear market. They're going to go to zero because there won't be enough liquidity to keep things running, if that makes sense. Let's go to BitCrunch. almost $23 million market cap. 32% of the total supply is out in circulation. Relatively new product. We even have this marked, so we looked at this before. They have a few centralized exchange listings. The volume isn't crazy, although Gate is doing, like, I don't know what's up with Gate. Recently, they're just outperforming everyone in terms of volume, especially with AI coins. And they have a little bit of volume on Uniswap. But I would definitely go with Gate if you're planning to get into this token. But let's quickly go and take a look at the token unlocks. Okay, so this is quite aggressive. Let's just say, so it's on the 19th of every single month with linear unlocks. Again, if there is enough volume and enough demand for this, the token unlocks shouldn't really affect the price that much. They will affect regardless of how much buying pressure there is, because the circulating supply is getting diluted. And that just affects the price. But if there's going to be enough demand to keep the price pumping, you won't feel that effect as much. And this is like a low cap project. So a 10x from here would put you at $230 million market cap, which is possible by the end of the cycle, right? That's very conservative in my opinion. So the landscape of blockchain analytics and forensics is currently overshadowed by centralized systems, often limited by their financial priorities. This centralization not only restricts crucial insights for emerging decentralized Web3 projects, but also creates barriers for innovative breakthroughs. Let's take a look at their webpage and the Twitter. AI-enabled decentralized blockchain data network. I like the website. So this is essentially an infrastructure project for devs to build dApps. So their data aggregator, security protocol, projects, users, and financial institutions and regulatory bodies can all benefit from the wealth of data on the BitCrunch network to ensure a secure and compliant the anti-money laundering regulations. Okay, so that's interesting. For some reason, the website doesn't work. Okay. Backed by any, what is that? That I don't know. Coinbase Ventures, Chainlink, Polygon, Hashkey, Crypto.com, Cypher. Interesting. Octavia. I'm bullish on these guys as well. They're around a $5 million market cap, so look into that project. We covered it on Patreon recently. I mean, this looks pretty bullish. Again, it's in the AI niche, so anything in this niche is going to be popping, or at least most of the projects are going to be popping. So this is the chart showing us the phishing volume. And look, since 2023, it's been on an uptrend because of the bull cycle, obviously. So there's more volume, aka there's more money to be taken. So Polygon, Ethereum, and do you even see Avalanche? I don't even see Avalanche or Linea, but obviously Ethereum has most of the volume, and probably half of that is going to be North Korea, because they steal a lot of money through crypto. I think it's in the billions. I just saw a post recently covering that. But yeah, it looks pretty bullish. Let's take a look at the price action chart quickly. Again, what's the ticker? BCUT. And that should be the correct. Yes, that's correct. So they recently had a pretty major pump here of approximately 10x, and they've seen a retracement of approximately 70%, which some people are going to start crying about. But after you have a 10x move and 900% move to the upside and you dump 70%, I mean, that's to be expected. So you came back down to the 0.5 and the 0.6182. The 0.5 is a great area to retrace down to before continuing the uptrend. And you had a nice double bottom pattern over here. You broke above the neckline and you just went parabolic. So this is a good area to be dollar cost averaging between 0.0612 down to 0.04684. And even right now, you're just about breaking above the 20 EMA on the weekly. The RSI is extremely low. I would say this is a good time to buy into this thing. So look into BitsCrunch. Elon changed his name to Kikius Maximus. No way, that's actually Elon's name? Because I saw it over on Twitter. What? I was like, why is that name popping up so much in my feed? Oh my God. I mean, Elon's just a goofball. And again, full disclosure, I don't like Elon Musk. I don't like the upcoming administration. I don't like the current administration, because some people are going to think that, oh, because I'm saying certain stuff about them, that means I like them. I don't. I equally dislike all of them. I mean, this is like, he's just an attention person, right? He's trying to sell this story about how he was very poor and he became a billionaire. But then turns out his dad owned half of the shares of an emerald mine in South Africa. And then this person said that that's not true. But then his own dad in an interview confirmed that. He literally said they had so much money that, they weren't even able to close their safe, quote unquote. Not literally, but just trying to say that, highlight that they had a lot of money. So he's just a player, right? He's just a player trying to do whatever is in his interest, or the people that he's working with in their interest. That's it. That's it. But people like over obsessing with celebrities and people like Elon Musk, it's just, you do you. Obviously, I'm not here to tell you who to like or who to not like, but I guess he's Cacius Maximus now, so we're going to call him Cacius. Did he actually change his name? Is that Who's this? And oh, that's Caius Maximus, not Cacius. Okay. So why do I not see Kikius? Oh, is it the wrong way I spelled it? Kikius. Oh my God, look at this. Okay, so does the air-gapped Elipal make it better? Honestly, I don't think any of them are safe. My stuff is split between 4 or 5 different brands of wallets. That's a good way to diversify and be on the safe side. But I would say you can use Ledger and Trezor. Just use both, and probably use 2 or 3 of each one. Don't stack your entire bag on one. That's just a safe way to go about things. Dasha. So this thing went parabolic as well, and we covered it just recently on one of the live streams. It was sitting at a $50 million market cap when we were covering it, so it did approximately 100x, or sorry, 100%, not 100x. Yeah, so we were down here, and then it just blew up. Did it have a new listing or something? I don't think so. Mexi volume is just popping off. And this is what's going to be happening across the board for AI agents. Obviously, I'm not going to be buying this. Like, I'm not going to be getting into something that's done a 2x recently and is already at $100 million market cap. So you want to be looking at stuff that's a little bit lower. So something like Sequoia here, sitting at a 1 billion total supply. And in terms of centralized exchanges, we don't even have a proper centralized exchange here that people can go on to and buy this. But this is on the base chain. So you want to be looking into stuff like this where it still hasn't pumped. Although it is, I mean, it did do a pretty big move today. Yeah, I did like a 50% move. Elon changed his name to Kikius Maximus and it did 17x today. Yeah, let's go to the AI agents category, and we're going to go through some altcoins here. So AI XBT, we already talked about this, pumping like crazy. Fala went up 131% in the last 30 days. Virtuals is already way too expensive in my opinion. So you have Griffin, and this was something that I talked about when it was around a $200 million market cap. Now it's at a $364 million market cap. You want to look for something that still hasn't pumped a lot. Something that's retracing, but then if it's retracing too much, you want to look into the project and see the reason behind the retracement. Is it something to do with the fundamentals, something to do with the team, some sort of a bug in the system? You want to make sure you're not buying something that's about to die, is the main point. So Hyper GPT is down 40% on the 30-day. Let's go and see. So this is something that you could look into. So this was, I believe, they're like a social media or something, is a Web3 AI marketplace that uses blockchain to overcome challenges in the traditional AI applications. It offers centralized access to multiple applications, saving time and simplifying management. So an infrastructure project. 200,000 followers on Twitter. This is massive with a capital M, guys. And they're securing more partnerships. Uniland. Unmarshall, there we go. We know Unmarshall. So I would definitely look into Hyper GPT. They're on Gate. Again, Gate is beating everyone in terms of volume on a centralized exchange. They don't have anything too big. They don't have Kraken. They don't have Bybit. They don't have Binance. They don't have Crypto.com. They don't have OKX. They don't have Coinbase. So you still have a good chance of getting this or getting into this early. Hyper GPT. I would say avoid all of the newly created ones that are just pump and dumps from virtuals and other platforms where you can create an AI agent in 5 minutes while you're cooking. So be careful with that. So agent layer, something you can look into. Look, it's still down 38%. Project 89, I don't know what this is, but it's also down around 48%. Sequoia, we just looked at that. Octavia. So here the market cap is actually incorrect. It's around a $5 million market cap. You can verify that with DeFi Llama and CryptoRank. So $5 million is still pretty low for Octavia. Agents AI, I think we looked at this, but the name seems too sus. This is such a sus name, very suspicious. Apologies for the Fortnite language. But it's like super in your face where they're trying to ponder to the niche and the hype. So it could be a rug pull. We have to look into it in detail. Guru, something you can look into, down 63%. I might have to stack more Guru, to be honest. I do have this project, by the way. So that's the entire AI niche. And make sure you're on Twitter, because this is where you're going to be getting all of these coins early before they start getting pumped by all of the influencers that are going to buy into something and then promote it on their YouTube channel. The opportunities for AI agents in different markets, they are coming for your jobs and fast. And this is Unilend. This is what secured a partnership recently with HyperGPT. Okay, so sales, software developers, bookkeeping, accounting, contact center agent, operations, IT admin. So I think it's going to be a little while before this is actually implemented realistically at a global scale, but we're definitely on path to that. So this person is saying lots of context missing. AI agents replacing creative thought is not even close to replacing graphic designers. At best, AI can help refine ideas, but initial exploration is still bland and generic. Yeah, that's a good point. And a lot of these AI agent companies and these YouTubers are going to try to dramatize it. Dramatize it, is that the word? Essentially, create some drama and hype around these big words like sentient, where they're saying, oh, this AI is going to take over the world and it's talking, to other AIs. And they're not doing that on their own. They're programmed to work in a certain way and do certain things. And that's specifically what they do. So when you hear these big terms, sentient and whatever other words they use, it's not really sentient. Okay, it's just an AI doing what the AI is supposed to do. Kind of like when you use Google, you search something up and it brings you the websites depending on your search. That's what the search is designed to do, the search bar and the browser. And that's exactly what it's doing. The same goes for everything else. All of these AI agents that are going to be trading for you, that are going to be setting up appointments for you, whatever it is, they're going to be doing that because they're programmed to do that and not because they're sentient and they're going to take over the world and so on and so forth. But there's definitely a lot of progress. It's in an exponential rate. And you can definitely see some of these are very realistic, like software developers. Like that's going to be a huge one. In 5 years, I could imagine a lot of people not being able to secure a job as a software developer because it's going to be really easy to use AI agents for that. Like travel agents, I can see how they don't want to pay. Why would you pay someone a minimum wage salary where you can create an AI agent on Solana and have it compile the best possible trip based on some requests from the potential customer? I totally see how that could be possible. Tutor financial advisor, that one I don't know. Lawyer, I don't know about that one. Real estate agent, yeah, that too. Real estate agent, that could definitely work, at least in some shape or form. But I don't know how it work. I guess it could work as a lawyer, where it just pulls up whatever it thinks suits the lawsuit best. I'm not sure. Hardware, 3D design, definitely. Medical billing, definitely. So yeah, that's the break. But really interesting. Really interesting to think about the possibilities here. But that should be it for the live stream. Thank you all for being here, and thank you, Insight, for covering the Tangem FUD. We're probably going to do a separate video on that just so we can bring this to more people. Obviously, it's very important. We don't want people losing their money on their centralized exchanges, so try to move it away from centralized exchanges onto some hardware wallets, okay? And have a few hardware wallets if possible. And just a quick little breakdown of some altcoins. Nosana is dropping below the 20 EMA on the weekly. Good entry point at the moment. Parallel AI, great buying opportunity at the moment. You can look into Asto. You can look into Aether. You can look into Flux. Ondo and Chainlink are probably going to be pumping after the Trump inauguration because they're considered Trump tokens as of right now. Altura, something you can buy if you're feeling bullish with Altura after this massive pump. We have been in Altura since 3.5 cents on Patreon. Well, that's my average, but we were talking about it even below those prices. GraphLink, great buying opportunity for GraphLink. I think it's going to rip in 2025. Chainlink is dropping back down from $30, so doing around a 33% correction. Moon River is down. What else can you look into? I think that's it. Velodrome is down, but I would probably wait a little bit more. But they're listed on Binance now, so they're going to have a lot of volume. And I think the breakout from this symmetrical triangle is going to be massive. And of course, BitsCrunch. Look into BitsCrunch, guys. All right, that should be it. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like and let me know if you learned anything useful down below in the comments. Share your thoughts on AI agents and how bullish do you think they're going to get, and if that is the most bullish niche in your opinion. Stay safe and goodbye.